finally take over the world.
Brain out. All right, now how do I end the call? I can't find the... Wait.
We're Animaniacs, totally insane, excessive spit takey, Animaniacs. We can't just do the same thing every time. After 2 whole seasons, the fans deserve something fresh. Sort of like... Nerve point!
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure,
Yes,
man.
my friend. Yes, Jeffrey, when we take over the world, you shall be spared.
Absolutely, Maurice, man. You guys, this is such a thrill. I'm such fans of you. I'm fans of the show. And here we are for the final season of Animaniacs on Hulu. And this is just the icing on the cake. So thank you both for joining me.
Total
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Now, Rob, do these characters hold, Pinky in the Brain, do they hold a special place in your heart of all your characters?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty difficult to quantify what these characters have meant to me in every aspect of my life. They've helped pay for my son's college. They've given me enormous joy. I work with the most talented actors, and Maurice LaMarche is a brother. There is nothing that has happened with this show, Jeff, that has been anything short of wonderful. Getting a chance to do it again, talking to great journalists around the world, finding out the extent to which these characters connect themselves with millions of people. Oh my goodness. It's, with all due respect to Lou Gehrig, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
World.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, I echo what my esteemed colleague says. Yes, we've come to an end of this iteration, but the fact that we got it at all is just joy, just a joy that we got to play these guys again. Not just in our basements, going through the old scripts and reading them to each other and for a few gathered friends. So, of course we hope that maybe, this is the age of the reboot. Perhaps we'll reboot in some other form down the line.
Well, you better look at Futurama.
I'm on my 4th reboot of Futurama, so coming to you from Hulu in the summer. So, yeah. But for now, we'll just know that they'll be in the background at Acme Labs, still plotting to take over the world. Just our adventures may not be chronicled, and maybe happening more in the background of your world, my friend. Yes,
I've never been chronicled, and I really don't care to. Thank you.
This is returning to a show that original audiences saw in the 90s. Now they watch with their kids. So that generation, you guys are going to be around forever.
Reruns and streaming, absolutely. And we hope that, like, as we watch Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck cartoons from the 1950s, perhaps in the 2050s or the 2070s, they're still watching Pinky and the Brain and Animaniacs, and whatever. By then we'll probably beam the cartoons directly into people's heads. But we'll hopefully we'll carry on long after we've physically shuffled off this mortal coil. Not to get too morbid.
And it's funny. I would say most kids, don't believe when they say, "Oh, look, this is who does Pinky and the Brain." And until you do the voice, is that when their faces light up? They finally believe
that.
Yes.
Well, not just kids. Look at
do
your
the voice.
Do
the voice. Come on.
All I have to do is say nerve, and everybody just laughs. Every journalist who has been on today and to whom we have the privilege of speaking at any time just smiles. It really is like a superpower, and the person who gets the most benefit from that whole experience are Mo and me. It's profound joy, Jeff, and I cannot get enough of it.
And Maurice, ever since I heard the Brain's voice, I'm a classic film fanatic. I watch classic movies. I'm like, that's Orson Welles. And I just giddy myself whenever I hear Brain speak, because I keep thinking of the Magnificent Ambersons and Citizen Kane. So it's just, I love that voice.
And you know what? You probably know, but Mo was the voice of a young Orson Welles for Vince D'Onofrio in Ed Wood.
Absolutely. I know. I recognize that right away. So what a great legacy, Maurice. What a great legacy.
He's, what really thrills me is when people tell me I started watching Pinky and the Brain, and then one day my dad had an Orson Welles movie, Citizen Kane, on the TV, and I went, that guy sounds like Brain. And then they start investigating, and they become fans of Orson Welles.
Orson Welles,
so
yeah.
I'm glad to bring people to the work of the great Orson Welles. So that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
And finally today, any advice for the next generation, people who want to do voice acting like this? What's your advice? What would you recommend?
Learn to act.
Yeah, become good actors first. And good singers, and do all the other stuff, and let the voice part is the least important part. If you're a person who does a lot of impressions or that sort of thing, it's helpful, but you have to be able to make it sound as though you're in it, and this is your reality. And so be a good actor first, and for crying out loud, join the union.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you both, man. Wrapping me up here. This has been a total thrill. You guys are incredible. And let's talk again soon. I'll see you at some conventions, right? You guys.
Oh, it would be our pleasure.
Absolutely. We've got a few coming up.
See you later. No.